my dad knows that I'm doing this, but he would just like he was just not in support, and so you receive some backlash, you receive some certain comments, some certain remarks on him that I've received a lot of comments from him that I didn't even share with anyone. I didn't share with my mom, I didn't share with my coach, I didn't share with anyone. But
hello Joy, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
I'm doing so fantastic. Are you enjoying your holiday? How are you enjoying your holiday?
I'm not going to school anymore. This is my holiday period.
Is school stress to you? What do you mean by you're not going to school? Going to school makes you not to enjoy yourself?
Yes.
How do you mean?
Because I have a lot of tasks to do.
That is outside of school?
I'm talking about when I go to school.
Okay.
So when I'm in school, I have a lot of things to do that are not what I actually want to do.
But you just have to?
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm in a system where I just have to obey the rules, even if that's not where I want to be.
You are in a system where you just have to obey the rules?
Yes.
Even when it is not where you want to be?
Yes.
And there is no provision for you to decide otherwise?
Decide otherwise as...
To disconnect from that system. If a system doesn't offer you what you need, do you know the difference between what we need and what we want?
Yes.
Okay. So if a system doesn't offer you what you need, do you think you are still to continue with the system?
When you have no choice and you're the only one, and the people you're with doesn't understand that this is not where you're meant to be, you just have to stay there for the time being. You might just stay there and act as if you are there, but you are not actually there.
Okay.
So that's just what I'm doing.
So while you do that, don't you think you are sacrificing something important? Don't you think you are giving, you are foregoing something that is very important to you and running with other people's decisions and other people's purpose?
It's not like I spend all 24 hours there.
Okay.
So the rest of my day I can still come back and learn what I really want to know.
Okay. You are able to manage your time that it doesn't affect you when it comes to what you actually need to do.
Yes.
Can you make that strong claim?
Yes.
How have you been able to navigate that? Because why I'm asking is this. I'm very sure that a lot of teenagers like you out there are still going through the same thing. I don't know if you agree with me. There's a saying that the most difficult and challenging thing that besets every African child or every teenager out there is the unlived life of their parents. Have you heard something like this? Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Now, let's assume that there are so many other teenagers out there who are doing what people want them to do, not really what they need to do. How can you, in a relatable way, share your ways of navigating this difficulty to the point that you are able to do what you need to do while you still use the other side of your time or the other half of your time to try to satisfy the people that are pushing you in the directions that you don't quite need?
Well, first of all, you can't do it alone, especially when it comes to something you love doing, because you won't be the first person and you won't be the last person to be in that type of situation. So all you need to do is just to reach out to those who have, in one way or the other, been in that type of position before and they've been able to navigate, because as a teenager, we are still young and we can't take some certain decisions by ourselves. So we need an adult who is able to back us. Like, we need a support system that can still push us even when we feel like, in fact, I'm no more doing this again. I can't cope, the stress is too much, or this, we are facing distractions. We still need someone higher than us, a higher authority who has gone way higher than us to put us on the right track, to help us balance our time, help us work out the way we're actually meant to do, and that way we can be able to navigate between what we love doing and what we just have to do to fulfill some certain
Okay.
promises.
So if you actually if you listen carefully to the way I crafted that question, I employed a line that goes in the direction that you should give us something that is relatable. For example, how you, like using yourself as an example, how you were able to navigate. Now, you have said that by making contact with an adult who can shield you in those regards, right? Now, were you able to make such contact?
Yes.
Were you privileged to have such people?
Yes. I met someone in church,
Okay.
actually, and at that time I didn't even realize about this, what I love doing. Like, I just thought I had to, the only way for me to become successful and independent is just for me to follow the norms and the rules of the society. But when I met this person, an adult, I was able to understand why I was here on earth, first of all, and through some certain tools I was able to understand what I actually love doing. It's not like I didn't know what I love to do,
Okay.
but
It was some kind of
yes,
suppressed.
it was suppressed. Like, it was once brought out, and then because of where you found yourself, it just went back inside, and it was locked up entirely. So through those two sets, those words of advice, it becomes interesting when you find someone that you are able to relate with freely, where you can express what you love doing to that person, even though you're a type of person that you keep things to yourself, but you found like a second part of you, in the sense that you are able to express yourself freely to that person, that this is actually what I love doing, but because of some certain things, I'm not giving the opportunity, I'm not giving the stage. And so that person creates opportunities for you, finds out ways you can be able to express yourself, and through repetition, through constant advice, through constant motivation, it now looks as if that was actually who you were meant to be. It now looks as if all throughout your life you've always been given that stage, but nobody will actually know that it was someone who helped you. Like, there was a certain case that happened in school that my principal and the owner of the school was like, Joy has always been a girl that talks out, like she has always been on the stage. But they don't know that when I was little, all those times that I would be put at the front light, like in the limelight, it's not like I want to do it.
Okay.
But I just have to do it, because when other students, when other pupils are participating in certain things, and then you're the only one, it looks as if you're odd. So you just have to participate. It's not like that's what you actually wanted to do. But when I found someone that yes, at some point I had to be forced, because now it has been suppressed to the fact that it looks as if they are now forcing you. But you actually need that force to bring it out, and when it is being brought out, you now understand that, okay, actually this is what I actually loved doing. But they never understood. They just like thought I was trying to support that person, that because of this person I was able to achieve this. They were now taking, like, as if they were taking all the glory, that it was because of them. They didn't know that that's not what I actually love to do. I just had to do it just to fulfill all righteousness. That's it.
So you were able to make contact with the right people that helped you, will I say, jumpstart your engine in the direction that you needed it to go.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So far, what are the major challenges you've encountered in this, let me call what you are going through now to be a purpose-driven life, what are the major challenges that has beset you?
Challenges, okay. Like you're saying things that actually made me
The
feel
difficulties that you have been encountering, because I understand that navigating between the norms, navigating between the norms and in pursuit of purpose is a very challenging one, basically for your age, right? So what are the major challenges you have faced in navigating these two phases?
okay. First of all, I'll talk about my family, and this is not like to insult them or to actually backlash.
Okay.
But one thing I knew was that, to be honest, my parents were never in support. I'm not trying to sound rude, but yes, my dad once wanted me to be exposed to reading, but due to some certain things that happened at home, he wasn't able to fulfill that wish. And so I've been having major challenges with him. Like, there is no father and daughter relationship there anymore that I can be able to, because normally if I can't express myself to my mom,
The dad
the
should be
female,
there.
the like female, I can't express. The next person I should be able to express to is my dad.
Your dad,
But my
okay.
dad wasn't there, so there was no like fatherly.
Backup.
Yes, there was no fatherly backup, and so I just had to like look for a way. Even at some point, like, but I'll just see it and just like delete
Keep to
the
yourself.
message. Like, I'll just cry and delete the message. But I think that was one of the major challenges I faced. That was like, in fact, like our people used to say, in fact, I'll burn your things. Like, in fact, because of what you are doing now, in fact, I will do it. Like, you're not going to stop making, because I might not try to tell you what really happened between me and my dad. Like, I will not tell my coach that. I will just maybe paint out a certain scenario. I won't tell him the full picture of what actually happened. I'll just paint a picture and tell him. So that little motivation I received will be my own motivation, that I will use to tell myself that, Joy, since you've received this, don't worry, you can do it. Like, there was a certain instance that I received one remark from him. I was like, in fact, it's over, like, it's finished. I'm not doing it again. But I was talking to myself that night, and I was like, so even if is this not what you always wanted from me? Like, to stop, not to do it again, to focus on what he wants you to become, not what he wants to become. So I was like, if you should stop what you love doing, you're indirectly fulfilling his wish.
Yes.
So why not just continue? And so that was one of my major like motivation that really kept me going.
Okay, beautiful. Now I have a question for you in this direction. Look at this. Do you agree that people grow in an uncomfort zone or a comfort zone? Which do you think people grow, comfort or uncomfort zone?
Uncomfort zone.
Uncomfort zone. Now, you were going in a direction that was quite deep and emotional. So, if we do not grow in a comfort zone, but in an uncomfort zone, and the father figure in your life, who the society or who, by reason of the way things are structured, is supposed to give you comfort. Pay attention to this. If the one who is supposed to give you comfort is now making you uncomfortable, do you think he is indirectly forcing you to grow or not?
He is. He is forcing me to grow.
You think he's forcing you to grow?
Yes.
Okay. So, if you think he is forcing you to grow by reason of the uncomfort he is putting in your mind, do you think it's also good?
It is. I think it is, but yes, it is good.
I'll give you an illustration. There are teenagers out there that are enjoying a wonderful relationship with their parents. There are teenagers out there that have the most, what we would refer to as a perfect relationship with their father. Like girl childs like you that are having wonderful relationship with their father. And just like you have narrated, their father will always be there to give them whatever they wanted. Now, if a father gives you everything you wanted, it becomes easy for you to give that father what he wants. Right?
Yes.
True of us?
True.
Now, if a father gives you everything you want and you give your father in return what he wants, have you relinquished your purpose? Have you will you still be able to fulfill your purpose, or are you going to fulfill your father's purpose if he makes all the provisions for you?
The problem is you don't understand your purpose. You don't even know what your purpose is. And so you don't know what your purpose is, but what your father gives to you will be determined as your purpose, because he is the adult figure and he knows
what you're saying is what you're saying.
So there's a big difference between you knowing your purpose and your dad supporting you, and you knowing your purpose yet your dad is not in support.
Now the question is,
and you don't know your purpose at all.
Okay. Do you think you would actually discover or know your purpose when everything is offered to you?
No. But
it will be difficult. You are likely going to run with whatever they are offering and not even think of anything new.
True. But if there is a father and daughter relationship, a good relationship at that, and so you've understood your purpose, now it then brings you to that place where, daddy, this is what I love doing. Your daddy won't support you, fine, but through constant, like your dad sees that you're putting in the work. Your dad sees you're not slacking off, like you're not relenting. There is no, he won't support, he won't tell you. I've seen so many, like I've heard so many stories, watched so many videos that they won't support you, but behind your back, like they're actually telling you, they're actually saying that they love what you're doing, but they won't ever show it to you. So it's better if there is
they will cut you some slack while you pursue.
There is that father and daughter relationship, and you're like, daddy, this is what I love doing. True, he would definitely make you feel uncomfortable, which is actually good, because making you feel uncomfortable is like you're trying to prove to him that, daddy, this is what I'm doing. If this is not what I'm doing, then I'm not doing anything at all.
So you are making a strong case that there should be a father-daughter relationship.
Yes.
Like no matter how anybody wants to look at it, that yes, even though
making you feel uncomfortable
has a way of pushing you into your discovering your purpose, that you are saying that that's not a strong case.
No, it's not.
That there should be that relationship. Okay. Now let me go another route. How many of you are in your class?
6.
There are 6 of you in your class. Are you close enough to them to know if their parents are always supportive of their pursuit? Are you close enough to them to know that? If the parents are in support of every decision they take and being in school and following the activities and following the norms is good for them?
They don't know anything outside of that.
They don't know anything outside of that.
So they just have to follow.
They just have to follow. So, if they are following the norms and you have the privilege of disconnecting or having one strong foot on your purpose while you still try to satisfy them with the norms, it gives you an edge over them, right?
Yes.
If you have a strong foot in pursuit of purpose, and these people that you said they know nothing outside of the curriculum, which is outside of the box, they know nothing outside of the box. Now, between you and them, who do you think has a greater chance of, tapping deep into your latent potentials, tapping deep into their latent potentials that will guarantee them the fulfillment of their purpose? Who do you think has a stronger chance of doing that? Between you and these other people that doesn't know anything outside of the box?
Person that knows outside of the
The person that has a strong foot outside of the box, which means you are indirectly agreeing to the fact that the level of uncomfort you will get will determine how well you will do in pursuit of purpose. Is that the case you're making?
Yes, I agree.
If you agree, then what you are saying in essence is that let me understand you, please. You said if there is a father-daughter relationship, if that father-daughter relationship is solid, there could be clashes which can bet some uncomfort that is still good, right? Now, by repetition and by persistence, they might cut you some slack and you pursue, right? But that pursuit is also going to be regulated by the same parents. True or false?
This is where you have to find someone to back you up.
Okay. Now, this is the point where you have to find someone to back you up. Someone that will authenticate your claims.
Yes.
Someone that will help you authenticate your claims. Okay. So, if I got you correctly, you are saying that the father figure should never be missing in any child's life. It shouldn't. That's a strong case. Now, if one has found themselves in such uncomfort zone by reason of happenstances, let's say a teenager out there listening to this video right now, what would be your words to them, or what would be your strong advice to them that will help them find who they really are, discover who they really are? Please.
My advice to them would be that they should first understand who they really are, and to understand that you definitely have to be exposed to a lot, because if you're still in a box and you're saying you want to find yourself, you can't find yourself in a box. Instead, you will just be among the crowd. So the only thing you have to do is to go out. Yes, it will definitely bring about comments or remarks, but you just have to go out And when you found yourself, which the only way you can do that is by reading outside of the box, reading outside of the curriculum, what it has to offer, which is reading books that doesn't have to do with school, first of all. Now you've understood who you really are. You now know what you want to do, what you want to offer to the world. Now you need support because you can't do it alone. You need to build a team. Okay, fine. You are not in that stage of building a team yet. So you definitely have to find someone in a higher authority, in a higher position, that will be able to put you on track, able to set you in the right path. Because as teenagers, definitely we will feel like we can do it on our own. Like without you, we can be able to do it. But no, you need someone that is higher than you, that has the authority to push you, to tilt you, like to take you away from the mindset you are and bring you to another mindset that will match your purpose and match what you actually want to become. So first of all, you need to discover yourself. After discovering yourself, you need someone to also support you, to motivate you, because definitely you will face backlash.
That's a beautiful one. Okay, to the listeners out there, to everyone that is watching this video, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so like now. It is your subscription that is helping our videos to go viral. It is the comments you are leaving that is, motivating us to bring more of this quality contents to you. As you like and share these contents, I strongly believe that it is definitely going to help a life out there. There are so many teenagers in the continent of Africa who are facing this conundrum. But I believe hearing from someone who is able to navigate can also help you to navigate. Now, please stay tuned. Miss Joy, there was a point you made earlier that just I want to pick on to poke you a little further. When we speak of what we can do, we are speaking of our strengths and the things that we can't quite do. That's our weaknesses, right? Now, there are a lot of people out there who has not been able to understand their weaknesses and their strength, who are not able to know their temperament, like their dispositions, where they can be good and where they cannot be very good. Now, have you been able to read any book at all that was able to help you understand your weaknesses and your strength, that helped you to discover your temperament? Is there any such document that you can recommend to anyone out there?
Yes, there is, and that is why you act the way you do by Tim Lahaye, which offers you the 4 temperaments and what it's like, gives you an explicit description of each temperament, their strengths, their weaknesses, and when you're able to have a serious introspection, like a serious thinking, a serious rethink about who you really are, it then opens a new door for you that, okay, fine, I've understood these 4 temperaments, I know who their strengths and weaknesses, and I believe that this is my temperament, because no one knows you better than yourself.
Okay.
So you reading this book, bringing it to your own life, you truly understand what you are, what you're meant to do, the areas, your weaknesses, where you're meant to work on, the strengths, people you need to also back you up, and this is your strength. And yeah, that's one book that I truly recommend for people out there. Another one I would recommend is Think Big by Ben Carson.
Okay.
Yes, that is one book that we really, really, really need to read. Everyone needs to read. Another book would be The Power of Positive Thinking and the Power of the Subconscious Mind, because you truly need to understand the power of the subconscious mind that, okay, fine, nobody around me is trying to understand what I'm doing. What if I talk to my mind? I'm able to speak to my mind and tell my mind that I want people will call it wishes, but you're indirectly telling the universe to bring people to you or to put you among people that are of like minds with you. So when you truly understand that through the power of your subconscious mind, you can make
this happen. You will tap into it.
You tap into it and you're free to go. Those are like 3-4 books that I'll recommend to anyone out there.
That's beautiful. Now look at this. A lot of teenagers, most especially when they get to the SS class, like when you will begin to choose if you are to go to the art class or the science class, you discover that many are always at a very serious confusion there. This book you recommended, the first book you recommended, why you act the way you do you think it has the capacity to help a child know if their strength could be in art or in science? Because you have made a strong case that this book can guarantee one, the ability to differentiate, the ability to know their strength and their weakness. That's the case you made, right? Yes. Okay. Was the book detailed enough that it can help a child who is at a confusion of either going to offer science courses or art courses? Do you think that book can contribute?
First of all, the book didn't explicitly say that for a sanguine, art class is best for you.
Okay.
Because these 4 temperaments can also be divided into 12.
Okay.
Where the two temperaments each, they marry themselves to be one temperament. So now when you read the book and you go into that part of the 12 temperaments, you then see their main weakness, like the main weaknesses of the one temperament and the other temperament, and you're able to understand that, okay, through this, because the book even tells you that this type of the people you will find here, the type of people working here are maybe cashiers, they are motivational speakers, they are teachers. The book tells you that for you to have this type of temperament, you are a type of person,
and you will feature in this type of environment, and you will do well at
best. Yeah. And so it now left to you that so this is actually, that book is not telling you go this way. This book is giving you
a pointer. It gives you a pointer.
Like, yes, it's like a point. Yes, a cardinal point telling you that this is north, this is south, this is east, and this is west. But now you really need to know which point, which direction will take you to your destination. So that's what the book is.
That's what, if I am to say, if I'm to, have a say in this explanation, I would say that book, by reason of that detailing, the 12 sub-classes, if someone is actually intentional enough, right? If someone is actually intentional enough and ready to put in the work, they can be able to track which direction to go. Like for me, I'm speaking on a personal level now. If I am to do a document that breaks things down that much for me, like if I'm privileged enough to have such document, I believe that it will help me to make such decisions.
Yes,
okay, because because what if there is no such pointer? It becomes difficult to make that decision, right?
Yes.
Did you face the difficulty of making that decision when you were in such position of deciding if you are to go to art or science?
Yes.
You had that difficulty?
I had that difficulty and I even made a mistake.
You made a mistake?
Yes.
Now, do you think that if you had seen that book and understood it very well and had a backup as well that would support your decision or your choices, do you think you would have made the right decision?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. So I think we have come to the end of this section. Guys, please, if you haven't subscribed, like I said earlier, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, share our videos, leave a comment, like our videos. Thank you. Miss Joy, it's been a wonderful conversation with you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.